Welcome back to RTD month on the Whoniversals. My first official video as a member, and I gotta be honest, production of this video was, it was in development hell, is what all I can say about it. So, apologies for this being awful. I will be going by the script, and also will be going off on some rambles here and there. The RTD episodes can have big scale, from a possible interplanetary war, to the dogs wiping out all of Earth, to the Cybermen converting the entire planet, to reality itself ending, to what happened to Waters Mars, which is...
Fuck you. Say nothing, you American c***.
Anyway, I'm not here to talk about any of those today. I am today going to be talking about the 3-part finale epic that ended off Series 3. That being Utopia, Sound of the Drums, and Lost of the Time Lords. Let's dive into this. This episode is a great start. Some people find this to be the best of this 3-parter. I personally disagree, but we'll get to my favorite part of it later on. So, it's a great episode. We get a great dynamic with Ten and Martha again, with the addition of possibly one, if not the best character to come from New Who, Jack. And then, so basically, we have Ten, Martha, and Jack at the end of the universe, which, honestly, gets you hyped up. We meet the future kind, which I will have to admit did scare me my first couple of times viewing this episode, so points for that. We then go to this camp, refugee camp, great set designs, great, atmosphere, tension. The photography in this episode is brilliant. And then we get to the best part of Utopia, Professor Yana. I mean, Derek Jacobi. Do I need to say any more than that? I probably do. He feels like... He does get this feel like an old man who's been beaten down, worn out, and cannot go further. But when a beacon of hope arrives, that being 10, he feels alive and actiony again, but also gets these strange voices in his head that he previously had before, but became more rampant now that the doctor is there, which especially for me, gets me really bites into the action. It's fun, exciting, and you just go, yes, yes, yes. You get this brilliant and beautiful scene with Ten and Jack, with basically Ten going like, you're impossible. Like, there's no saving you. Like, Rose is gone, parallel universe, you're stuck the way you are. And that was a fun scene. And all of this leads up to quite possibly the best... No, wait, hang on, I forgot about the Time Lords and End of Time. The second best reveal in the RTD era, when Professor Yana opens up the pocket watch, starts trying to, destroy the base and such, by letting the future kind in, and then Chantho's like, Professor, who are you? And within just 4 words, Jacobi just feels like, yes, he is the master. Which, honestly, I cannot say that for most actors playing in the role. The only other 2 I really get that from them just saying, I am the master, I can really get that from, is with Delgado and Dewan. Gomez as well, if they would actually call her the master, but that's a rant for a different day. It keeps on building up. Master regenerates, Johnson comes in, and honestly, say what you want of the Johnson Master, I actually like him. I do. Like, some people don't. I don't get why. I actually like him, even though he is kind of the worst of the New Who ones, but that's still saying that, still pretty amazing. He's, all crazy and zany, and you go like, ooh, they dead. They're getting stuck at the end of the universe. 10, Martha, and Jack, they're gonna die. They're gonna die badly. While Utopia has some good things, one real negative I have with this episode is that sometimes it'll switch from, super fast to super slow scenes, too fast, and it feels like you get tonal whiplash from time to time. Yep, so that's Utopia. Let's move on to Sound of Drums. So, people say Utopia is their personal favorite of this 3-parter. I disagree and think it's Sound of Drums. But why is that? 2 words. Political thriller. If you know me, someone who's heavily invested in politics, you can imagine So me going like, yeah, this is good, this is good, this is good. The Doctor, Martha, and Jack come back. They realize we missed the election. Who's Prime Minister now? Who? And then we see it's the Master, who is now Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and also is most likely a Tory. Ben, shut up. The Master disguised himself as a Tory. Russell T Davies himself has confirmed that. Deal with it. And due to the Master now being Prime Minister, basically he says, those three being the Doctor, Martha, and Jack, they're like, they're terrorists, like, hunt them down and kill them. And basically turns the entire country against them, and makes them public enemies number 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, and we get some nice, beautiful scenes with the three of them. You can tell of this real friendship and camaraderie they have, with the odd innuendo here and there. But the best part of this trio in this episode is one little image that basically the Gallifrey nerd in me loves, and if you can't tell, it's this shot, seeing what the Citadel looks like for the very first time. And just as a Gallifrey nerd, I go crazy at this scene. And also the one with the Master being forced to see into the untempered schism. But other than that, like, we do have some decent scenes, like Martha's family getting kidnapped, great acting from all parties in that scene. But other than that, I just compared to the stuff we get, like the Master and his wife Lucy, I'm sorry, but the stuff the Master and Lucy just is so much better, so much better, despite the odd sexism bit here and there. But apart from that, we get, like, basically the Master killing his entire cabinet, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not sure on how you're gonna spin that, but whatever, you're the Master. We get a character called, what was her name again?
This is Saxon. Vivien Rook, Sunday Mirror. You've heard of me.
Oh, shit, her name is Vivien Rook. Vivien Rook. Russell T Davies had years and years in his head all the way back in 2007. Anyway, she's been one of the few people that have been able to see the Master for what he is. Tries to expose him to his wife, but his wife's like, yeah, no, you died. Monster comes in, Toclafane appears, kills her, and we then get the Valiant, Paradox Machine from Dr. Martha's side, and then the Master, of course, who met with the President of Earth earlier in the episode, basically says, like, America's taking control. To be honest, that's probably something he would probably do if there was an actual alien invasion. The President of Earth says he'll take control of the planet, Toclafane appears, Master reveals himself as Toclafane's leader, kills the President of Earth, let's see here, what else? Ages the Doctor, has Martha's family brought forward the Valiant, the Doctor whispers something in Martha's ear, Martha teleports back to Earth. All of this leads up to, like, something like, you're at the edge of your seat within these final few scenes. Like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Is the Master gonna win? Is the Master gonna win? There's like, shit, don't talk with me, what's going on? What's gonna happen? And just, amazing. Without a doubt, Sound of Drums is the best part of this. I mean, so, we have Utopia and Sound of Drums. It's not like there's gonna be any way they can fuck this up, right? Well, it didn't fuck it up, but bit boring. Very, very boring. Okay, let's cover Last of the Time Lords. So, years passed for reasons. And then Martha, she's traveled around the Earth, everyone knows her name. She's essentially this god on Earth who can stop the Master and such. Meets up with the scientist who was revealed in Series 4 to be her husband, her future husband. So, yeah, goes to meet this professor. She basically tells the professor her plan. The professor betrays her, and then the Master comes back down to Earth and to try and find Martha. So what has the Master been up to? I'm told that what's the Doctor and Jack and Jones family have been doing? Well, they've been plotting for an entire year to kill the Master. And we see their plan finally come into action. And they get beaten too easily. I mean, the Asimova controls and the laser screwdriver I can buy. But I mean, it's Jack. I mean, Jack's there. I mean, he's immortal. He can just gun down all of the soldiers that are under the Master's control, and then go up to the Valiant, to where the Master is usually at, and then just kill him there. Like, why does he just surrender all of a sudden? And so that, why would the Jones family? I'm granted, they are normal humans, so it'd probably be easier to stop them. But still, I mean, come on, don't you guys have more of a fighting spirit? So yeah, then Master gets information about Martha being down to Earth. We get Toclafane revealed that they're actually humans from Utopia. Master goes to Earth. kills, what was that guy's name again? Thomas Milligan, Martha's husband from the future, destroys what Martha was finally using to kill the monster. Monster then brings Martha aboard the Valiant. Deus Ex Machina happens. I mean, it kind of makes sense due to, like, Time Lord, like, mental shit, I guess. But other than that, like, okay. Then the Doctor basically uses the satellites and the paradox machine to, like, revert time a whole year after the president was assassinated. So the year never happened, but the Joneses family, Martha and Jack, and Lucy, the monster's wife, all remembered it. Also the monster as well. The monster gets handcuffed, and the Doctor goes like, "You're coming with me." But before the monster will submit himself to the Doctor, bang! Lucy kills the monster dies, Doctor burns his body, but someone takes a ring from the monster's burning dead body, which, as you all know, leads into what that was. I'm talking about the end of time here. Ten and Martha drop Jack back off at Cardiff Bay. We get some stuff related to earlier in Series 3 about Jack being the face of Bo, which, yeah, I mean, does take everyone by storm. The Doctor and Martha go back to her house. Martha goes to see her family. Martha realizes that she needs to take care of her family, so she says no more traveling with the Doctor, and also he's been a prick, kind of avoiding her. But hey, he's still hung up on Rose for some reason. The Doctor then, departs. And then next thing you know, we see the Titanic come in. It's safe to say what we were all thinking. So yeah, that is Lost of the Time Lords. Well, it sounds epic on paper. Oh, it was so boring. Like, half of this episode is just exposition dump, and the other half is fast action-y stuff. Can't it just be like 10% exposition and 90% action? But apart from that, it's still quite good, and RTD makes it not completely boring. It's still boring in some places, but, like, not overall, like, Stephen Moffat or Christian level boring. So that was the Series 3 finale. This is my second favorite RTD era serial behind The Waters of Mars, but is it as good? Like, I mean, I don't understand why some people don't like this three-parter. Maybe it's because it's too political about them, but Doctor's always been political. Maybe it's because Last of the Time Lords really drags down for people. I can understand why on that bit. So yeah, I enjoy it. Like, I'd give this serial probably like a 9.5 out of 10. Like, the only reason it's not a full out of 10 out of 10 is because Lots of Time Lords and its boringness kind of outweighs all the fun stuff about it. And it's great to see the dynamic of 10, Martha, and Jack, and I wish that was the TARDIS team we had gotten in the entirety of Series 3, instead of just 10 and Martha. I think that's it. Like, great setup, 9.5 out of 10, fun, highly recommend it. That's all for me. Until next time, goodbye.